What's going on, everyone? Yonks here, coming at you with an official cooking video. Now I had to put on at least a tank because, believe it or not, I kept getting some nip slips. So, and I hear YouTube frowns on that. Sorry, I'm like checking out this music. It's supposed to be moody. I feel like an angsty teenager listening to it, though. Anyways, we are here today. Okay, that is getting annoying. Now I turned it off. Whoops. Oh, hold on. Nah, looks good enough, right? Now, I know you guys have only ever seen me behind the game, but today you are going to see my skill behind the counter. I was trying to word that better, but hey, you get what you pay for, and this is free. So, let me show you. Let me show you guys a little preview of what we're doing here today. So, right here, we have the New Zealand Wagyu. Now, Wagyu is infamously more marbled than the non-Wagyu. The Wagyu, however, was, I think I saw 38. I can confirm that now. And the normal one was still expensive at a 27. Both of these are filet mignon. One of the best cuts of meat, in my opinion. Although I will say the Wagyu filet mignon has been crowned, I believe, from Guga Foods to be the king of steaks. Now, that is probably an A5 or an Australian A7, Australian MS7. Sorry, they got to do things differently, apparently. So, we're not doing anything new here, but we're still having a little fun with it. Hold on, let me see how. All right, audio works good? Good enough, right? There we go. If you guys could see the setup I have right now, literally my computer is on a stack of boxes. But, let's make this happen. So I'm going to have to do this. I probably will come through and cut a lot of things. What I mean when I say that is I will put a lot of pausers on it just because cooking is an art and I can't be distracted with having to try and, come up with something clever to say every 5 or 10 seconds. But I will show you. When it comes to filet mignon, you want to keep it really simple because the meat should speak for itself. So we have Le Samurai Blade that I bought today. Believe it or not, this thing was like $20. Can you believe that? Extremely sharp. Almost as sharp as your jawline, I'm sure. Because everyone who watches this obviously has a very sharp jawline. And then the next, we're going to go through our ingredients here. Like I said, we're keeping it simple today. Just doing some pepper. Some salt. Whoop. And I will sneak a little of this on there. Organic thyme. Now, I was on the fence about this next one. Garlic powder versus real garlic. I'm sure everyone has their own opinion, but I've heard that not only does garlic powder keep longer, but like I could see where it would make sense that it would permeate the meat better. So we're going to put these ingredients on. We got our olive oil here. Now, the reason why, usually when it comes to Wagyu, you would never use olive oil. But the marbling score on filet mignon is always going to be a little bit lower. It's a very tender steak, don't get me wrong. Like I said, one of the best cuts of meat you can get, but the marbling's kind of weak. So, I don't feel as bad about using just a tiny bit of olive oil. Just a tiny bit. Just a little baby bit. So, we're going to go ahead and do that. The steaks have been out now dried off for 50 minutes, I want to say. Since 4:30, let's see. What time is it now? 5:19. Yeah. 50 minutes. Perfect. Which, like I said, gives them time to get to room temperature. You don't want them to get too cold at any time because, like, when you put them on the stovetop, like I'm gonna do, you want them to cooking evenly. So, sorry, I'm also watching myself still because I've never done this angle before. Not sure I like it. You like master one angle and then you do another one. It completely throws you off. It's not terrible, but think about it this way. I'm more so talking to myself. Even if I did this not live, there's no way I could get around showing myself like this. So let's get things ready here. I want these lights to make me look more tan, but they don't. Again, I'm continuously, if I awkwardly pause longer than 10 seconds, it's probably because I'm looking at myself. It's all fun and games until you're the one on the big screen, Exactly. Thank you, me. I appreciate that. So, just a little bit. We're not going overboard on the oil. Smells good. Just really a drop. All right, yeah. Oh, yeah, that should be more than enough. I say drop, I mean like literal drizzle. Anything more, and it might ruin the steak. Well, wouldn't ruin it, mind you, but you have no need for it. When it comes to cuts of meat like this, you want the meat to talk. We know what olive oil tastes like. We've all tasted it before, so I'm just tossing them around a little bit. We're going to go ahead and real fast wash the hands. Very important, mind you, when you're cooking, especially with raw meat. Wash those hands. Right? Clean hands. That being said, I'll be right back. Oh, the towel's on the other side of the room. Of course it is. Don't be like me. All right. So, another thing with cooking steaks, I do add a little oil to the pan. But trust me when I say it pays off. Now, you want to heat the oil very slowly if it's olive oil because the burning point of olive oil is very low. So you want to gradually heat it up. You do want the pan to be piping hot by the time you put the steaks on, but don't rush into anything. Take your time, Enjoy yourself. Treat it like a... Am I even... Oh, no, I'm not even 16 minutes. Like you are... My nose is so shiny right now, and I'm... Like you are a pleasing woman, huh? You do not go right into it. For some reason, that felt more right to say like that. So, next step. We're going to put all of our spices on. Always start with salt. And now, important part is when you use salt, don't be afraid. I'll show you guys too. Don't be afraid to go a little bit heavy on it. It's going to look heavy, but I promise you lose 35% of all the stuff you put on it. So as soon as that gets in the pan, and I don't know if you can see very well, I salted it, and I'm guilty of doing this. I'm too afraid to oversalt because that ruins it, in my opinion. But apparently, even I need to salt more. I was gonna make a dad joke, but I refrained. You're welcome. All right, here we go. It's about as fun as it sounds. Now, the controversial part, the pepper. A lot of people will tell you, they'll lie to you. They will lie right to your face and they will say, pepper? Well, that pepper burns. Not true. The pepper will not burn. If anything, it cooks along with the steak and releases that flavor into it. So, don't be afraid to use pepper. Don't listen to these fake chubby cheeked. I guess I got chubby cheeks too. But you know those other chubby cheeked chefs. Cooking is an art. Baking is a science. Baking, don't stray from the recipe. Cooking, experiment. Have fun with it. So, right now, I'm going to add just a little bit of thyme. Because dried thyme certainly really brings out the flavor. So you wouldn't go as heavy if you're just using a... And like I said, you want the steak to talk. You don't want to hear the muddled conversations of the people in the back row. No. You know what I'm talking about? You don't want that. Those people who talk in the movie theater, they take away from the movie. Now, still important, even though we're sopping up extra grains here, we want to make sure we get both sides. But I'm going to add the garlic powder. I did not forget. I'm going to have to wash my hands again. I'll be right back. They're too slippery otherwise. And I don't want you guys thinking I'm the type of dude who has trouble opening a pickle jar, because I literally look at pickle jars and they open. You just gotta look in the right place, if you know what I mean. All right. We got our... I mean it when I say that. Hold on. Here we go. Sealed. Yeah, you don't see Rosie B doing this on stream, do you, huh? I'm sure Rosie would do it with me. Actually, fun fact, Rosie and I had a steak cook-off many years ago where she won because I had just started learning to cook. And my overconfidence was my weakness, as Luke Skywalker would have said. I gotta wash this off real fast. But I have recently re-challenged her to it because I know for a fact I would destroy her now. That is not to say I make the best steak in the world, because if I was, me and Gordon would be talking right now. But I have a good enough understanding years later of how to do it just right. I haven't dabbled in the dry aging thing. I don't know if you guys know what that is. And the reason it kind of scares me, because, like, how do you know that meat's not going bad? I know that you have to do it a particular way. Oh, yeah, that Wagyu cut is, like, literally falling apart. That's how tender that is. Let me start the stovetop here. Like I said, we're starting out at a very low heat, so we can get that oil just ever so slightly, just tickling it. We want to tickle it. We're seasoning the other side right now. Oh. All right, okay, good. I thought it was lagging for a second. Um, Again, we're gonna go a little lighter on the salt on this side because I did sop up a lot on the other. I mean, on this to begin with. And like I said, I feel for a fact I could be going a lot heavier, but I just don't have the balls to do it. Because in my experience, you can put salt on, but you can't take it off. Just a little bit more time. Don't we all just need a little more time if you if you get what I'm trying to get at? I'm sure everyone's made that time joke. Come on. Don't hate the... I just got like a handful of garlic powder. Whoops. Like I said, cooking's an art, you know? You just can't erase. And the point of all of this, what I'm doing right now, is to find out once and for all, are you getting ripped off when you spend that extra 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, up to $100 on Wagyu? We're going to find out. Me, I already have my personal biases, but I'm going to be much more open and fair about it. I personally do believe that Wagyu is superior. But that's just me. That's why I had to buy the best of the best, filet mignon. To be fair, though, it was either this or... I like New York strip, don't get me wrong, but like... I find it to be very consistent in what to expect. So there's no... What's the word? It can't be like magically good. It's just going to be a New York strip, which is awesome. It's amazing, but it's no filet mignon. All right. I think the oil's up high enough. Let me check. And we're going to scooch that up ever so slightly. Like I said, this whole thing should be a process. So if you guys aren't making it a process, you're probably not doing it right. I should really stop looking down. And yes, if you're wondering to yourself, why is this guy so pale? This guy hasn't gotten out and gotten that much sun in the last few months, and I probably should, thinking about it. But I'm more concerned with teaching you guys how to cook a good steak. So, I don't know about you, but if you like anything over medium rare, you're a communist. So now it's heating up, and we're going to char the outside of it. Leave it on a little longer, obviously. We gotta baste it. You know what? In fact, did I forget to get butter? All right. Change of plans. Never forget the butter. And that is why we wear the apron. One thing I'm counting on with these steaks is that the intermuscular fat will come through, and I won't need that butter, but it probably really would have helped. So let this be a learning lesson for you guys. Do not forget the butter. Although, to be fair, this would be the best way to try it out without that extra flavor boost. All right, we're literally gonna be just kissing up the outside with the brown, the good browning. Always set them away from you. Beautiful. You hear that? That's the sound of success. Now, what they don't tell you is, don't listen to all these old folks. Go ahead and play with the steak. Flip it as many times as you want. The more you flip it, the more evenly it cooks. So, as someone who is all about that even cook, you're getting a pretty good deal. Okay, let me move all this stuff out of the way. What is this? Is this... And this is... I will show you the finished product, obviously. Give me a second. It always helps to have an extra pair of hands around the kitchen, but when it's just you, you gotta make do. That means you are the head chef, but also the humblest of dishwashers. Let me actually attend to that. Oh my good God. I won't lie to you guys. These look amazing. So we're gonna take them off here, and like I said, they shouldn't take too long if you want medium rare, like me. But like anything over that, and you are risking overcooking, which with these cuts of meat would be criminal. It would be criminal. Also, I gotta check on my Sea of Thieves download. We will actually be playing that tomorrow. How exciting is that? I play it tonight, but it's only at 40%. Which sounds like it's going pretty fast, but it's not. Hold on, let me play with these just a little bit more. And like I said, the butter is important too, because when you go to baste the steak, you need a little bit more than just olive oil. And I'm finding that out right now. Well, I'm being reminded of that right now. Which sucks. But gotta work with what you got. Oh God, they smell amazing though. I won't lie. Like I said, we're just doing it, let's see, what would be the best? Maybe 3 minutes aside, even just because it's thick. But even then, you know, that's pushing it. And I guarantee you that if you make it this way, you will not regret it. You will literally be the talk of the town. That girl who you're too shy to talk to, if you make this for her, I hear her panties hitting her ankles. Actually, I hear a bunch of kids playing outside, so I can't say that too seriously. But yeah, guarantee. Sorry, I'm also looking for them now. You know what? They don't know what they're missing. Those kids, let them be kids. They probably they're probably still eating McDonald's. Actually, McDonald's tastes good. Change my mind. Oh, good God! Look at that. Now, I'm sure everyone has heard this before, but I can guarantee you, coming from an amateur, I wouldn't call myself an amateur. Amateurs don't know what they're doing most of the time, but letting your steak rest is super important. And it really does get the juices going and whatnot, it's one of those things that if you forget to do, you might not realize it in the moment you're eating it. It tastes great, but it could have tasted better. That's a guarantee. Sorry, I'm watching myself again. This is actually almost done. Can you believe that steak? So, I'm always pretty dangerous when it comes to red meat, but I will not F around with fish or bird or any sort of poultry. That stuff can get you sick. But red meat's pretty safe in what it has to offer. You can get a tapeworm, sure, but what can you not get a tapeworm from these days, And when it comes to this grade, I wouldn't be too concerned considering this is in fact the backstrap of the cow. I just turned the stovetop off. That's how confident I am it's ready. One thing I constantly remind myself, if I'm too worried that it's undercooked, is people eat beef tartare. Now, if you don't know what that is, I made the mistake of ordering it once at a restaurant. And they're just like, "Oh, sir, are you aware that that is raw steak?" And I'm like, no, I'm not aware. But now that you mention it, I will not eat that. So, people eat it, which means you're pretty safe. And I know that's going to be people in the comments below saying, "Oh, well, there's certain grades of meat you can use for that." But I'm willing to say that you're taking a gamble every time you're doing it. It's like I know there's a difference between fish and sushi grade, but at the same time, they're fish. You're still taking that risk. And I'd rather take a risk for something that's worth it like this than some dumb fish. Yeah, you heard me, vegetarian. The browning on the outside. Beautiful. I don't know. I'll show it, like I said, I'm going to show it to you guys, obviously. But, this is phenomenal. Trying to think. Your run-of-the-mill steak. It's kind of like the girl next door. She's nice, she's sweet, she's cute. But then you have your smoking hot teacher. You're just like, "Oh, God, I know I'll never be with her, but dang, is she fine." That's what these are. They're tilfs. Or I guess steak stilfs. They're stilfs. Sorry, I'm also it doesn't matter how shiny your nose is, like mine. A stilf is a stilf. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting to. Wow, that smells so good. Like I said, so the rule of thumb is you want to let them rest for about as long as you cook them. Which, believe it or not, I actually cook them a little longer than I usually do. More or less just for certainties. And I don't want to disgust you guys by having you think I'm some sort of animal. but I'm thinking they're almost ready to come off. I'm one of those people who lets the pan cool off too and have it still cooked. Oh God. Even the touch test. So the regular filet mignon was bigger, right? Thicker. Should take a while to cook, longer than the tiny little Wagyu. Not true. The Wagyu is still so soft to the touch. It's like touching your chubby cheek. And the filet mignon, the regular one, it's much firmer. So it's all about that intermuscular fat, which it's coming down right now. When I say let it rest, I mean take it off the heat completely. So I'm about to cross that bridge. And after you reach that bridge, you're basically just on the water side of success. So I'm almost there. I got my swim trunks on. I'm bouncing up and down. The lifeguard's like, hold on, kid, wait your turn. But I'm almost there. It's still making that noise, and that's something I really want you guys to focus on. Cooking is so much more than just your, oh yeah, here, I'll try and do it without getting the mic. Look at those. Oh. Oh. All right, I'm gonna take them off so they're not exploding flavor everywhere. Look at that. There's that perfect amount of fat that's come off, and you can tell it's from the steak. I'll be right back. Oh my good Lord. So now, let's see if I can hold them. The smaller one was the Wagyu, if you remember. Still very soft to the touch. And this one, soft to the touch, but not nearly as soft. It's the intermuscular fat. So at this point, boys, what are your cigars? Grab a beer. We're making a night of this. And man, oh man, when I say it's delicious. All right, we're gonna let that puppy sit for, what time is it right now? 5:48. Honestly, 6 o'clock. I'd skip ahead, but since this is live, you're gonna have to wait through it with me. Which means, if you have a bathroom, if you need to go to the bathroom, and if you have a bathroom, then use it. Take your time. Really sit down on that toilet, read that book. I'm in no rush. Neither of these beautiful, juicy steaks. Guys, filet mignon. Do you know how much this would set you back at a restaurant? Like this grade. Yeah, I did spend almost $40 on one of them, but like, guaranteed they would charge you $60 easily. So not only are you saving money, you're eating a delicious meal. 5-star. I put my other finger up for some reason that I'm not quite sure, but that's 3-3 right there. All right, so I'm going to let these go ahead and rest. I myself might be going the bathroom. Or just sitting down. I'm checking on the download actually. Yeah. Oh. Oh, damn it. When did Sea of Thieves come out? It was 2019, right? I remember when the Doc was playing it. Dr. Disrespect. Has anyone ever done a food live stream? I've seen most of these people, most of these chef channels. They'll just, and I was tempted to do it too, not a live stream, and just throw together bits and parts so that they can see the best parts. And they don't have to struggle through it with you. But I'm like, that's not cooking, you know? Cooking is the struggle. And as you can see, when it comes to eating, I'm just going to be struggling so hard over here. But seriously, Nick Giovanni, whatever his name is, he doesn't do live stream cooking. Heck, I don't even think... Or maybe Gordon Ramsay does, actually. I think he does. But Guga Foods, you don't see him live streaming his little steak things. Nope. It's because they're afraid. They're afraid of the time in between. They're too awkward to talk. But not me. No, I can talk. I can tell you that these beautiful... Forgive me for having to do it. These big, beautiful steaks look moist and delicious. And I really think that cooking is part of the cooking experience is the waiting portion. Speaking of waiting, I've been recording this whole thing. Oh my god. Should I keep it though? Maybe I keep it. And then put the recording like we talked about. Well, like I talked about. Post that to Rumble. Because YouTube is just, like I said, nothing against the tube, but everyone who's made it in YouTube is already established. And it's really hard to make it on YouTube nowadays because any honest creator will tell you that they pulled the ladder up behind them, whether they meant to or not. So look at streaming alternatives if you are thinking about going to the streaming game, because right now YouTube it's just hard. You know, if people want to watch cooking, they watch Nick. If people want to watch gaming, they watch the Doc. But when they don't understand that it comes together on this channel, but they'll never know. So I will save this, post it to Rumble. I have to make a Rumble. But we'll cross the bridge when we get there. Good God, I'm like looking at how pale I look. It's time to get out in the sun, isn't it? 5:53. We got 7 more minutes. 7 minutes until our minds are blown. And I'm looking forward to this a lot. No, I'm not like Guga. I didn't have a side dish. Are you kidding me? I'm not Guga, but I'm Gouda. I need to get out more. I'm hoping my neighbors don't do a knock attack right now. I have to listen out for them. All right, here we go. We're like 40 minutes. Can you believe that? 40 minutes into this. That's how long it should take. That's what these food streams should show you. It's called honesty. should I give in? It hasn't been that full 10 minutes. But if you guys could smell these things, you probably give in too. I gotta get away from these, otherwise I will cut into them and eat them. Also, sorry Minecraft didn't work out today. That was too bad. I really was looking forward to playing it in a way. I know I didn't act like it, but I was. Minecraft's always been near and dear to my heart. But if I can't stream it, then what's the point? God, now I'm still looking at these steaks. God, I gotta get further away. And what I'm hoping to do eventually is, I don't know if I'll have the time, but like have some friends come over, make a good podcast stream of this, and just have fun eating steaks, eating nice foods, trying new things. And if you guys are in the Austin, Texas area, you hit me up, and I mean, obviously I'd be a little discerning at first, but I'd invite you guys too. We're just a little longer. Just a little longer. I really don't want to wait. Maybe if I just cut them? God, I knew this was going to happen. Be strong. It's what Ramsey would want. I understand why most of the cooking channels don't do this part, because it literally is just waiting. But unlike them, I went to the trouble of putting my cheap little setup, my mic and my boomstick and my camera, move it all the way over the kitchen counter, which was a hassle. So I'm here. I thought I'd make the most of it. It's about to be done, though. It's about to all pay off. And that's the best part about cooking. In fact, dare I say, 3 minutes left. What is the problem? All right. We're going to cut right on in. Oh, guys. Look at that. I know it looks a lot more pink in the camera than it is. That's because of the filter, I promise. It is perfectly cooked. So we have our New Zealand Wagyu. Fantastic looking. And we're going to try our normal filet mignon. Average Joe right here. So, it's time to answer the $1 million question. When you go to impress the lady, do you choose regular Joe? Very good. Very good. That would impress her. Or do you get on one knee and you give her a taste of this? Holy poop! That's incredible. I might be biased, but I'm an average Joe. I mean, look at me. I'm an average Joe. Average schmo. The Wagyu is delicious. So, I've answered the question, guys. And I got 2 filet mignons to eat. so I'm going to get to that if you don't mind me. Anyways, thank you, Paloma. It does, and they're very good. Very good. By the way, I don't know if you can know that I can see your chats. But yes, extremely good. It's one of those things that you can depend on to be extremely tasty. But I will be playing Sea of Thieves tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel if you like what I'm doing. And more importantly, if you want to enter in a chance to win your very own copy of Hogwarts Legacy, subscribe. Hit the like button. Do what you need to do. And if this one really works out, I'll do more cooking videos like this in the future. Hopefully with more people around. But anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your... Is it Tuesday? And